Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Um, a little bit of a different format here than what I'm used to recording, but I wanted to do this because I something that I've been wanting to do for a while now. Because I'm actually kind of excited about it. But this video is going to be a little bit of informative for people that may find this informative, and a little bit is just about me and the decisions that I'm going to be making here pretty soon. I thought that the best thing that I could do for this video would be to put myself in a place that I feel super comfortable with and that I like. So I put myself into I put myself in a Japan background because I love Japan. I've never been and always wanted to go there. So hopefully maybe sometime I will. But this video is about some life changes that I'm going to be going through here and why I've decided to do them, and how I got there. So, to let you know a little bit about me, about my history, I've been studying and working in the IT industry for about, let's say, I want to say for a good 15 years now. I started studying IT when I was in high school around 2005, which was my senior year of high school. And I thought there that I would want to turn this into a possible career because I didn't know what else to do at the time. There wasn't really any kind of informative things that could tell me what I could do other than being things like a doctor, a lawyer, things of that sort. I felt like if you were going to college, you were going to college to be something in the medical field, something in the government field, and I didn't really know anything else until I was introduced to the IT field, and I thought, oh, okay, well, I'm interested in that, and I like playing games on my computer and whatnot. I think that would be something really cool for me, so I decided to dive in. I also thought at the time this has really changed my mind, but I also thought that at the time that being things like a mechanic, that being things like that sort, like being a plumber and working in a warehouse and stuff. I thought at the time, this is when I'm 17, 18 years old. I thought, man, those are not the kind of jobs you want to make careers out of. I've changed my tune on that quite a bit over the last 15 some odd years, but so now, fast forward, I'm 34 years old now. I have gone through, the college. I've gone through a couple of different jobs in the industry. I've worked as low as being just a general help desk support person to being as high as being, second in command of a small IT firm. So I've done quite a bit in the IT industry in the time that I've had in it, and there's been ups and downs with it. Um, I have felt like there's some moments that are just like ugh God, and there's some moments that are very they feel very good about, and at least this going back to about 5 years ago, I felt very very like I was achieving a lot of success in the industry. I was compiling so much information. I felt so passionate about it, and I would take those things from home to work and back, and I really felt really great about it. But in the last year or so, along with life changes that have happened to me, I just haven't felt the same about it. I don't know if it's just experience it from a different bulb because I was with a company for about 5 plus years that was small, but so it was very family oriented, um, and I felt like my opinions and everything were heard, and it made for a very good work environment for me and the other people around. However, once I left, I made the decision to leave due to personal, issues that I felt like I needed to come back home. I had been working at this company which was away from where I was born, for 10 years. I was in this city. I was in College Station, Texas for 10 years after I left. I'm from San Antonio. So I decided that it was time to come back home. And unfortunately, I couldn't take the job with me. It's just how it goes, right? So I made a personal decision, and I thought, well, I've been with this company for over 5 years. I know some people can be in a company for 20 to 30 years. It's common, but I thought 5 years was good, and maybe it was time to go find something else, see how it works outside of this company, right? So, admittedly, I chased the money a little bit with the next venture that I was in, and they presented me with a pretty good amount of money, and I thought, well, it's a way for me to come back home to be able to live comfortably, things of that sort, right? So I took it, and in that experience in that job, I learned what is the big difference of being in this industry where I was working at and where I'm working at that point, at this point, right? The job that I moved to was very toxic, had a very toxic environment, not so much from the IT side of things, but from the inner office side of things. I started working with people that I didn't, you don't know who you're working with, and you're trying to build new relationships with them, on not necessarily a personal side of things, but a work side of things. You got to create work relationships with the people that you're working with, or else it's gonna continue to be very toxic. However, you can only do as much as you can before people just really don't care about what you think or how you feel. And I started feeling that way after being with that company for about 6 or 7 months. I started feeling less and less like my opinions mattered, and more like I was just another cog in the wheel. And at the same time, I'm going through personal things, transitioning back home, and having to go through all kinds of mixed emotions from different scenarios and things of that sort. And so, starting to feel for the first time in a very long time that I'm not necessarily happy going to work, not necessarily happy waking up and being like, well, it's time to go to work. So I made the decision to start kind of slacking off, if I'm being honest. It's not my proudest moment. And so I decided to slack off a bit and be a little lax, and missed a few days of work here and there because I just, for different reasons, whether I wasn't really feeling good, or I had something had something actually really happen to me that I decided, I'm just going to I'm going to take a day off. Anyways, it all accumulated to me being let go for the first time in my life. I had never been let go from a job before. I'm being very candid right now, and I don't know how many people really know about this because I like to keep a lot of things close to the chest, but that happened. It was kind of an eye opener for me to see that I needed to make sure, one, that I'm doing the right thing, two, that I am making sure that I don't let that happen again. As far as the IT side of things on that, because a lot of that had to do with personal feeling and work, inner office politics and stuff that just weighed on me, and it really, really turned off my passion for that job. But in IT in general, I felt like I was doing less and less of the things that I liked to do in IT, and more of the things I didn't like. When it comes to IT, I want to kind of just go off on a little bit of a tangent here, because this is where I think anybody that's getting into this industry or thinking about it, I think this is something that you should hear. When it comes to IT, you have to be prepared for two things, right? One, you got to know what you're working with. You got to know how to. You got to. If you go to school for it, you got to learn how. You got to know how what devices and what things you're messing with, right? That's a big thing. But really, the repair stuff and things like that are only about, I'd say only about maybe 25% of the job. 75% of IT jobs are going to be customer related. And right out of high school or college, when you're going to look for entry level IT jobs, you're going to have to go, and more than likely your first job is going to be something help desk related, which you're going to be answering phone calls most of the day. You're going to be talking with people in your office if you're working, like, let's say you're a help desk of an office firm or something of that sort, or you're working for a managed service provider, which is basically a IT consultant that works with many businesses doing repairs, doing service calls. You're going to be talking with a lot of people, whether it be on the phone or in person. And I think a lot of people that get into this industry or that start studying for and put the money in to go to trade schools or to go to college for it don't realize that that's your first introduction into IT. It's going to be working with people most of the time. You're going to find that you're going to be doing less of building a computer, repairing a computer, building networks and things like that. Things that are like kind of cool about being in IT, and you're going to do a lot of the not cool stuff, which is talking to people a lot. And granted, for me, I have a pretty good customer service background. I mean, I started off, my very first job was in McDonald's. I've worked in movie theaters. I've done retail for many years. So I'm good with people. I can do it. And I can also put on a face for people, put on a voice, right? It does get tiresome, and it just gets tiresome, and some people are nice and a lot of the people aren't. And that's really the tough part about this industry, is that unless you go to school for what seems like forever in a day, it's really hard to find jobs in this industry that kind of keep you away from the things you don't like about IT and focus more on the things that you do like about them. One of the things you can do is, hey, go be a software programmer, go be a developer, or however you want to do it. So with that in mind, that kind of stuff just isn't for me. I don't like coding. I hate code. I mean, I'll do it, but I hate coding. I couldn't see myself doing a coding job for the rest of my life. I couldn't see myself sitting there in front of a screen all day long just typing lines and lines of code. For some people, it works, and it's one of the ways to get into the industry and stay away from having to talk to people all day long. But for me, that's just not how it works. So after losing that job, coming back full circle, I lost that job and I got another job pretty quick right after. And in this job, I thought that I would be doing a lot of things different than what I'm doing 9 months later, and it's not. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate the job. I think the job is fine. But for me, I feel like I could be doing more out there. And I don't think my skills, my mind is built to sit in front of that screen all day long doing what I'm doing. So what I've decided to do is, having felt that I'm a little bit burnt out in this industry, I don't even think I wanted to look for another job in this industry. I thought to myself, well, what do you want to do? If you don't want to be in IT anymore, what are your skills and what do you want to do? It's a very important question to ask yourself. And I thought to myself, well, what do I want to get out of a profession for me personally? And I thought, well, I'd like to travel some more, like just get out more. I felt like staying stationary for too long just doesn't really work for me that much, and I like to go places. even if it's just going to the park every week, or going to try out new restaurants in town, or like maybe I'll just go to somewhere for a weekend or something like that. I don't like to be stationary. There's some people that they can just stay at home for the rest of their lives and that's what they want to do, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's just not for me. So I thought, well, something that involves travel. Okay? Something that is a challenge for me, that can be very challenging, that I could feel very accomplished for it. Okay? And then something outside of my wheelhouse, yeah. And then something that just piques my interest, really, other than what IT had been for me in the past. What piqued my interest? And I tell you, it didn't take me very long, looking at professions and watching videos and stumbling onto some things here and there, and just looking at it from the outside. I'm very fascinated with truck driving, 18 wheeler truck driving. It would have been something in, when I was 18, 19, 20, that I would have looked at and like said, ugh, who wants to be a truck driver, right? Once you're young, you're not really thinking that, all professions have meaning to somebody, to a group of people, to whoever is doing it. You should be passionate about what you're getting yourself into when you start a career. I didn't think about that at 17, 18, 19, 20. I didn't really think about that. I just thought, do something that people go to college for, because those are the things that you'll look at and be like, wow, that was awesome. Like, I went to college to be this. I got a college degree. Big whoop. Now it's big whoop to me. Like, I feel like, good, if you want your college degree, go and get it, and it does help with certain professions that you're looking to get into. However, it's not the only way to make a living and to actually like what you're doing. But anyway, so I thought truck driving really fascinated me. Just everything about it, the driving, the traveling, the lifestyle, and how challenging all of that would be, hasn't really scared me at all. I've been studying now truck driving for about 2 or 3 months now, just on my own, whether it's watching videos or reading about it. I've been trying to get perspectives from every single angle that I can get. And it hasn't scared me at all. I continue to be fascinated with the knowledge that I'm accumulating from it. So now at this point, as I sit here today, I have made the choice that I am going to get my CDL, and I'm going to be a truck driver. This is going to come as a surprise to a lot of people, because I've never really talked about this with a lot of people. I mean, that I even had kind of the inkling of thinking, hey, I've wanted to be a truck driver. It's not like I've said, like I was telling you earlier, it's not like I was 20 years old thinking, I just want to be a truck driver. That's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be a truck driver. Like, nah, like that was kind of one of the things that was really low. Like, never really thought about it. But as I've begun to research more about it, read about it, watch it, I see it, and it just sounds like something I would love to give it a shot, because I feel in my heart that it could be something that I've been yearning for, that I've been feeling on the inside that I need to try. And I feel very passionate about it. I feel very intrigued and excited when I talk about it. And so I went out and bought a study guide for the CDL exam, and I've been reading through it. It's a lot of information, just like with learning anything that maybe you don't have a lot of experience in. It's all new information, but I'm already kind of retaining some of it, and I'm enjoying what I'm reading. I've always kind of liked vehicles to begin with, trucks, cars. I've enjoyed those things, so it's not hard for me to believe that I would get pretty excited about big trucks. I remember as a kid that I was really huge and big into monster trucks, and I always thought that those big monster trucks were so awesome and so cool and so powerful. So That's what the kind of feeling that I get with these 18 wheelers. I get that, it's something to sit behind, that it would be something for me to sit behind this gargantuan vehicle and take control of it and work it. Learn how to work the vehicle in your favor to make it do the things that you want it to do, while also being able to just enjoy the sceneries that you're going to drive around. Now, I understand that being a truck driver isn't a vacation. It's work. It's a job. And it's a hard one. It's not an easy one. People are going to ask me, I know they're going to, and have kind of asked me, like, why would you go from sitting in a desk, with in the comfort of a chair behind a desk and, with no risk involved, to moving into a job where you're going to be behind a wheel of a huge vehicle that one slip here, one slip there, is very dangerous. Why would you want to do that? What's compelling you to do that? And really what it is it's intriguing to me. I know it's dangerous. I know it's not the safest thing out there to do. But the intrigue that I feel about it just, I feel more strongly about it than I do anything else. You could say, well, you're really good at talking with people, John. Why don't you go and be a real estate agent? I'll tell you, I probably could kill it as a real estate agent. I really probably could. But it doesn't fascinate me. I'm trying to get, now I will say this. One of the other things about trucking, if you go on the road, you don't have to talk to a lot of people. I won't have to sit there and take phone calls all day long from people and from people that are like, oh, my computer's not working today. What do I need to do? Well, have you tried, turn it up and turn it on? No, I have not tried that. Why don't you? Stuff like that. The stuff that's just like, it's monotonous and it's kind of annoying sometimes to have to deal with that. I don't know. It weighs on me. I don't like that. Like, it's just like, I don't like stupidity. Stupidity annoys me. And there's a lot of it in the IT field. It's job security. Don't get me wrong, but it's annoying. But so moving into this industry, it just makes a lot of sense for me. I'm not saying either that I'm going to try it and that I'm going to do it for the next 20 years and wow, like it was so easy. I'm not even saying that. What I'm saying is that I think it's worth a shot. I think it's worth a shot because I know how I feel. And if I know when I'm passionate about something, I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to listen. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do things the right way because I want to be successful at it. And I also want to do something that just looks fun, feels fun, and makes me happy. And I think this could be that. Let's just say a year from now it's not. That's okay too. I think that's fine. I think if you take a chance on yourself, I don't think you could ever be wrong. It's like how Bob Ross says, like there's no mistakes, only happy accidents, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with you deciding that you want to take a chance because you feel deep down inside it could be something that you've needed for a long time. Even if it means you gotta take everything that you know, throw it away to take in some new stuff. That challenge just kind of lights me up. It makes me want to go and try it. So I think that's what I'm I'm gonna go and do it. Maybe a year from now, like I said, I don't feel like it's for me. And then I just do something else, right? That's how it works. But maybe a year from now, maybe I feel like I did find the thing that I was looking for. And I do it for a long time. So that's what kind of this video was going to be about. I just wanted to kind of let people know what was going on, maybe as to why I'm not really pushing out as many videos as what I was used to. Not that I push out videos on the daily or anything like that, but I've been kind of slow with it lately because I've been putting a lot of time into this new career venture that I'm going to be going into. I still want to do some fun things on the channel. I still want to do video gaming, I still want to do, my card openings. I still want to do just general, all kinds of things. That's the fun thing about JT Teres Productions, is that I want to do so many different things with it. And what I'm also thinking about doing is, I don't know if I want to do it on this channel. I'll have to find out as time goes along what's going to be the best thing for me. But I don't know if I want to do it on this channel or if I want to do it on another one. But I want to document my trucking journey. I think that'd be really cool. I see a lot of people do it, and they look like they're having fun doing it, being informative about the industry. That's what I thought I would do with this video too, and trying to be informative about the IT industry a little bit. At some point, I think I'm gonna do just a video for people that are interested in the IT industry, because, like I said, the IT industry isn't bad. It's not terrible. It's actually pretty nice, and it's one of the highest in demand professions out there today. And if you're interested in getting into it and you think it piques your interest, go out and give it a shot. Don't let my experience with it stop you. Not that my experiences have been terrible, it's just not for me anymore. But don't be afraid to go and try it if you feel like you want to go and try it. And I think that I'll do a whole entire video on my own uh, about it. And but yeah, so the trucking thing, right? So I don't want to drag too long on it, but I'm gonna briefly get into it. So, producer, give me a truck background for me. Boom, there we go. I just got this green screen like not too long ago. Finally getting ready able to use it, and pretty good. Pretty good if I say so myself. But so the trucking thing, uh, I'm gonna be taking my exam on October the 5th. I've been studying now the book side of things for the past 3 or 4 weeks now, almost 3 weeks to a month. I think is when I started learning it. I'm really enjoying the information that I'm getting from the book. I'm watching, like I said, I'm watching tons of YouTube videos on trucking from different perspectives of it. Um, I'm hoping within the month of September, that I might be able to find a friend or a family member in the industry that might be able to get me into a truck, so that I can get a good feel for it, and so that kind of run me through the things that I've learned to make sure that I'm learning the right things. I'm just super excited about it. I haven't been excited about something like this in a very long time, and that's kind of what I wanted to end the video on, from a personal perspective kind of thing, for anybody that might be in a situation where they feel stuck, where they feel like things aren't going the way that maybe they thought, and you feel like you can't step away from it, or you feel like you shouldn't step away from it because it would disturb the norm in your life. And all I got to say to that is, I mean, if you're not happy about something, if you're not passionate about what you're doing anymore, then you got to get out. The best thing for you to do is to get out, whatever situation it is, whether it be work, whether it be personal. The best thing that you can do is get away from something that made you sick, because you can't heal if you stay in a place where that made you sick. So I would just say that if you feel like you're stuck somewhere, take the chance. Take a leap of faith. Believe in yourself. Strengthen your mind a little bit. Open it up. Because you never know what you're going to get out of life unless you go out and try something new. Try something different. If you're complacent with your life and you're happy, and then bomb means don't change it. Live by the if it ain't broke don't fix it thing, I guess. But for a lot of us, I know, I see it all the time. I see it all over social media, and people talking about it. I hate my job. I hate my girlfriend. I hate my boyfriend. I hate my husband. I hate my wife. I all of that. I hear it all the time. We all do. The best thing that I can tell people is, well, think about yourself for a minute. Think about how you want to make yourself feel. Take everybody else out of the equation for just a second. And leave yourself there in a moment with just you by yourself. And ask yourself, are you happy with what you're doing? If you can answer that confidently, you should be able to answer it within seconds. Yes, I'm very happy. No problems here. But if you take a moment to even think about it, then that's where you have to really sit back and think about how you can get yourself back to being in that happy place. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm not saying that I'm sad or anything like that, but I know that I needed to do something different to make sure that I'm taking care of my emotions, my feelings, and something that will invigorate me. That's why I'm taking this chance. So if you feel that way, take the chance. Try something new. You never know what you're gonna find unless you try it. That's all I got, guys. I mean, feel free to leave any comments in there for anybody. I know a lot of people don't really leave a lot of comments on my videos, but if you do, I will respond to you. If you just need to talk or have any perspective. If there's any fellow truck drivers out there that are going to watch this video and want to push me over to your channels or want to give me any kind of advice that I need going into the industry, leave those comments in there too, and I'd be more than happy to speak with you. But other than that, guys, I hope you're staying safe. Have fun with life. Go out there and live it up, guys. I'll talk to you later. Peace.